Lars is very excited today because he can collect his new ATV at the dealer. One of the salesmen took some time for Lars to explain some things regarding technique and maintenance about his new purchase. After Lars had taken all his riding gear out of the storage box, he was ready to take off for his maiden trip on the all-terrain vehicle, and better known in Europe as quad. So have a good trip! I was already home, drove with the car, and when Lars arrived he wanted to drive a little bit around the backyard, and he had to take notice of our 3 dogs, of course.
Krijg ik niet. Ja hoor. Daar is baasje. Donna, kom! Zo, vet door de tuin. Baas, niet doen, niet doen, niet doen.
Today I'm really excited because it's the first time for me that I will come along with Lars on the quad and also our 3 dogs. For that purpose Lars mounted a bench temporarily on the front rack, and we will only take a few hundred meters on the public road until we reach the forest.
Ja, rijden maar. Spannend.
I think it was good that nobody saw us leaving because when we came around the first corner just next to our house, I was screaming already. I'm not used driving a motorbike or driving a quad. And when we arrived in the forest, it was time to get the dogs out. They were also excited. First came Kaylee, then our little Donna, and the last one, Ruby the beagle. Now it's time for walking and playing in the forest.
Deze kant op. Kom op. Ja. Lekker in de rondte racen met je natte kakkies. Doe maar.
When we went for our first trip, we noticed that the dogs were too much in the wind on front. So Lars bought some plexiglass and made some pieces of that on all sides. So only the right side he still has to make, and then they will be out of the wind. In the woods around us, there live a lot of deers, and sometimes we are lucky to spot one. So here's just crossing one in front of the quad, and as quickly as they come, as quickly they also disappear in the woods again. And then suddenly, somewhere along our way, there was a tree lying across our path. So Lars suggested perhaps we could try to use the winch on the quad and try to remove the tree from there.
Zo, kijk dan. Oh, die hele boom omhoog trekken.
And while we're pulling, luckily for us, the tree broke in half, so that made it a bit more easy.
Spanning, even naar die boom lopen.
After the tree was gone, we could go further on our trip, but then a few minutes later there was a new challenge, and it was too big for the quad because there were too many trees lying over our path. So Lars decided it was better to turn around. And Kaylee stood there and she looked like, "Oh, I want to come with you. Please wait for me." Still in the forest, I think it's here 6:15, and we are feeding the dogs. It is the 5th birthday of Ruby the beagle. They had some special treats. And here we are on the terrace of House Kieltaal. It is the little village of Sandscheid. Very lovely meal. The dogs were really tired after the experience on the quad and running around in the woods. So they are lying next to the table, sleeping and dreaming. And we had enjoyed this lovely meal. It was September 18 that me and the dogs were together with Lars on the quad, and then since November 18, a fourth dog came into our life. It's Yields, the little white one. And then sadly, March 19, Donna passed away. So for a few months they were with the four of them, and now they're back again with the three of them. So
ja, ik zit. Ja hoor. Ga maar rijden. Door de bos, hè? Door de bos.
after we parked the quad at the main road in the woods, we went for a small walk, and then we discovered this tiny brook. There is a lot of shadow, which is nice because it was rather warm that day and the dogs were already in the water. So Lars went back for the quad to catch it because he can come there. And yeah, Yields is looking, hey, what's coming there? When he's coming nearer, he runs away. So it's safe. So we spent, I think, for an hour there. It was really nice, so in the shadow and with the water for the dogs. We have a guest dog from the Netherlands. She's called Pip, and she will be joining us today for the first time on the quad. We'll be going in the woods again, so hopefully she will enjoy it as much as the other dogs.
Zo, we zijn er. Groentjes.
We arrived at this meadow. It's near to a tiny brook, so that's nice because it's warm today. So the dogs can come out now. First Kaylee, then Ruby the Beagle, then Yiltzy the Chihuahua, and then, last but not least, the small Pip. Yeah, go and run and play, and go in the water for some cooling down. Although it was very warm that day and better to cool down in the water, Pip decided that she didn't want to go in, so she jumped on the quad herself and she decided to stay there for a while. So the other ones were in, and then I put her in the water because she was really very warm. But you can see, she's out very quickly.
Yiltzy, kom eens terug. Kom maar hier. Alle drie. Hoppa. Ja, Yiltzy ook. Kom maar.
To save some space, Lars decided that he wanted to park the quad on the trailer, and when he drove over, it tipped. So it scared me, but Lars expected that already, so it went all very well. So we can use the middle garage now for something else. So that's a good solution. Today it's Mother's Day. It's really nice weather, so we thought we could make a trip with a quad. So 1 dog in there, 2 doggies in there, and 3 doggies in there. We also take 2 chairs with us, so perhaps we can have a picnic somewhere in the woods. That would be really nice. We always enjoy the silence in the woods. And then we drove a little further, and this is what happens when your dogs are in the water and in the mud. It's a really tiny brook here, nice, peaceful and quiet, so we enjoy it here in the shadow because it's still very warm. And then, of course, there's also time for maintenance. Lars does a lot of things himself in his garage, his workplace. Changing oil filter, air filter, renewing the oil and the spark plug. So he also enjoys that, and it will also make a lot of difference in cost. Thanks for watching. Please give a thumbs up if you like this video. It will make me more findable on YouTube. And don't forget to subscribe to this channel for free. Perhaps you're also interested in my private collection of over 6,000 cats and also my real cats. Then please visit my website catmuseumtommy.com. If you don't want to miss anything and be automatically kept informed after posting new videos about weekend trips, holidays, nature, or cats and dogs, you can activate the bell below. If you would like to leave a message, you can do so under this video in the comments. Hope to see you soon on the next video somewhere on this channel. Cats and dog greetings, Linda and Lars.